Kabayan, si Kuya Ernie to. And today we're going to talk about retirement plan and the options available for you. And Lynn is joining me here to discuss some of the frequently asked questions regarding your retirement plan. So Lynn, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, hi, my name is Lynn, and I am a nurse by profession, and I've been a nurse for over 14 years now.
Wow, you must love what you do, Lynn.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to answer that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you
Sure.
because a lot of my coworkers are asking me questions about the 401.
Okay.
So the first one was uh, they quit their job or they moved from another state and they have some 401 that was left there.
Okay.
Ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin doon? Should they move it to the new 401 or should they just withdraw it or whatever?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, some of the nurses, I'm sure they're contemplating or just leaving it there. But the question is, why would you leave your money on the table unattended? So, it's like money being left on the table without anybody watching
Like
it.
gambling?
No, no, no. It's not. It's not. It's just leaving it on the table. Nobody's
Oh.
minding it, and obviously there's no more money coming in while it is being charged fees because you still have to pay the fees while it sits there, and then when the market goes down, you are still getting hit. So once you leave your employer, Lynn, you become eligible to transfer it. Okay. Now you might consider transferring it to your current employer if they have a 401k plan. But why would you do that? Then it remains to be an employer sponsor. Okay, so you are still dependent on your employer
Ano ibig sabihin
because
nun?
that means it's going to be owned by the employer. Okay, so because it's
But that's my money.
yeah, that's why you wanna because once you leave your employer, it becomes vested. So that means you're eligible to transfer it outside of your 401.
Pag iniwan ko dun sa employer ko, meaning
They
they'll
will be in
just
control.
in control.
Yeah, so that means you will be subject to the fees and all the restrictions. But once you not pull it out, but transfer it to an individual retirement account, that gives you more options. One option of which is when you roll it over to an IRA that gives you a safety net, it will now protect you from market risk. So you don't have to keep on losing money even when the market is going down. But when the market goes up, you still have the capability to grow with the market, which is awesome. So that means you don't have to have sleepless nights. Okay. The other thing is you can even have what you call lifetime paycheck when you're ready to retire. So that means it addresses that issue of running out of money when you retire.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. And I remember when I was working on the other job, I have coworker that it's almost getting ready to retire at that year, and he was so happy. But then that same time, the market crashes,
Yeah.
and he was devastated kasi bigla nawala yung pera niya doon sa 401 sa work niya.
That's right.
And now, instead of retiring, he cannot retire anymore kasi wala siyang pera talaga sa 401.
Naubos.
So, kailangan talaga meron tayong yung another option where to put the money. It's
That's
not
right.
only 401.
That's right. And when you are closing to retirement, you cannot afford to lose money because here's another thing that we need to understand, Lynn. So whenever you lose money, you lose time because you can lose it overnight, but it takes time to recover. Okay, just like in 2008 when the market went down as low as 40%. So you lost almost half of your money. So that would take years to recover. Imagine if you are about to retire, let's say next year, and then suddenly the market crashed, you lost half of your money. You may not even see the day wherein you will recover your losses.
So, meron palang ibang option. Hindi yung, kasi sila sinasabi nila, oh, it's okay, babalik din yan, trabaho pa naman ako. So, that's not a good option, right?
Yeah, that's why you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Now, we're not saying that 401k alone per se is bad, because especially when it is being matched, you want to get that free money, right? That's why you're putting money into your 401. But you don't want to put everything there.
I see.
You want to diversify wherein you have safety net, and you also address the issue of taxation because I'm sure medyo isa sa mga concerns ng mga nurses because you are capable of making more money,
Yes, that's what my second question.
you are subject to a lot of taxes. Okay, and you don't want your retirement money to be subject to huge tax liabilities later simply because you put everything there.
Yeah.
That's why you want to create what you call tax advantage accounts. So that means you are diversifying your funds because here's another thing that we need
Anong
to understand.
diversifying?
So ibig sabihin na kinakalat mo yung pera mo para hindi lahat tax
Saan ko
deferred.
kakalat?
Okay, kasi ang 401 kasi is what you call a tax deferred account. In other words, dinidelay mo yung taxes mo. Okay, so historically,
Teka, hold
okay,
on a second.
okay.
So, when you say deferred is, ano ibig sabihin na ngayon, may...
Okay, let me illustrate that para
Okay.
maging simple. It's like, let's say, halimbawa, you're contributing $100 to your 401. Okay?
401.
Okay, so, dahil hindi ka nagbayad ng tax doon, okay, so naiipon yun. So later on, that $100 later, let's say it became $200,000 or $500,000. Let's say just say $200,000 and you're ready to retire. Because you deferred or delayed your taxes, now you're subject to about $60,000 taxes.
Paano nangyari yung 60,000?
Because you did not pay your taxes while you were contributing because it's a tax deferred account. So dinidelay mo yung taxes.
Okay, so what you're saying is, let's say ngayon, $100 ko, ang tax nun, let's say, 30%?
Depende
Let's
sa
say
income tax rate mo.
So, 100 minus the tax. Pag naging yung pera ko ng $100, naging $100,000 on my retirement, may tax pa din.
Dahil hindi ka nagbayad.
Iinipon yung tax na yun
Oo.
all the way
Dahil
through.
yung contribution mo sa 401 mo today, hindi binabayaran ng tax noon. Hindi siya nagbabayad ng tax. Okay, walang tax yun. Okay? Kaya akala natin we're avoiding taxes. We cannot do that. We're just delaying it.
I see.
So historically, let me ask you, ako naman na magtatanong
yung
sa iyo.
deferred is delaying.
That's right.
I see.
So, ang tanong ko naman sa iyo din, historically, as far as you know, ang taxes ba ay bumababa o tumataas?
Parating tumataas.
Tumataas. Kaya ang tanong mo ngayon sa sarili mo, should I pay my taxes now while it's low or later when it's bigger? That's
low.
another question, di ba?
I want to pay my tax low, but
that's
can I avoid that?
Well,
kasi alam mo naman pag si Uncle Sam,
you cannot,
pagka sinabi niyang tax talagang mababayad ka.
It's just a matter, not okay. Ang pwede mong i-consider ngayon dyan is you pay it while it's small so that when it becomes bigger later,
yes,
hindi ka na kailangan magbayad ng tax. Kasi it will always be based on the current value of your money and on the current income tax rate.
So that means you can explain to us kung saan po pwedeng ilagay yung mga yon.
Diyan pumapasok yung importance na, kasi napakahirap intindihin sa ganitong discussion wherein you're trying to discuss it in general terms.
Right.
Kaya importante yung you sit down with a financial professional who will analyze and help you do like a financial needs analysis with you so that he or she can recommend to you ano yung suitable dun sa actual situation mo. Because there are pros and cons, there are different situations for every person.
Kasi marami talaga silang mga questions na hindi nila maintindihan yung mga terminologies. Kasi sa nursing, pagka yung nandun sila, all they do is, they do the same thing what the nurses say, oh yeah, gawin mo ganito.
Nagagayahan.
Gayahan lang kami. Lagyan mo ng ganito, lagyan mo ng ganon, which we don't know anything about it.
That's the problem there. When a blind leads another blind, both of them fall in the ditch.
That's true.
Right? That's why you need to ask somebody who understands. So that,
not a same nurse because they don't know anything,
that's
right?
That's right. Para mabibigyan ka ng pros and cons, ideas, then you can make informed decision for yourself. Kasi now, naintindihan mo na siya. In fact, they're gonna bail up my free consultation. On the screen, they can see my link, which is kuyaearningsolutions.com. They can even just type a chat on that link, and I will respond to their question as soon as I can. Or they can set up a date on my link, and set up a Zoom meeting with me
Oh,
one on
Zoom.
one.
So, pati yung mga na out of state, let's
Exactly.
say Texas,
Mhm.
California, we're from Las Vegas. So, yung mga yon pwedeng Zoom na lang.
Yeah.
We don't have to see you in person.
Well, if they are close in Nevada, if they are close in my office, they can come over. You know, it's different when you are doing it in person. But if they cannot do that physically, then we can just meet on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's complimentary, so they don't have to pay me anything.
Matanong kita, do you have a license to do it?
Of course.
Kasi, some people might not trust you. Kasi baka sabihin nila, scam ito or something. So, you have your license.
Absolutely. We
governed
are
by
in a
the
highly
law.
regulated
Okay.
industry. I'm not going to tackle anything that is not within my jurisdiction and within my authority. So if it is beyond me, then I can refer them to somebody that can do it in a good way. So that's why I what you call have a network of licensed professionals that can help them. But they can start with me, and then let's take it from there. So the most important thing here, Lynn, is you understand what you're doing. You're just not following the crowd, so that you can you can protect your hard-earned money. I know how nurses work so hard, so you don't want to just gamble with your future. You want to make sure that you understand the pros and cons, and you're doing the best for you and your family.
May mga kasama ko sa trabaho sa masyadong bata pa, just graduated. And I don't think yun parang priority nila. What can you tell them?
Well,
so
if
that
you
they
are
can
too,
so that they can start learning how to do this while they were young.
exactly. That's a great point. Some people, especially when they are young, they say that, well, I'll think about that when I'm older. Okay? Every time you delay it, you are depriving yourself of building your future. Okay? The sooner, the better. In fact, as soon as you start making money, as soon as you start getting paid, that's when you need to start saving for your future. But you want to make sure that you know what you're doing and that you are doing it the right way so that you can make informed decisions. Well, that's all for now. Thank you, Lynn, for the questions that you have raised. I'm sure a lot of people have heard that and have learned from that, but I'm sure there are still a lot of questions in their minds that they need to be answered. So feel free to connect with me, and I would be more than happy to be of service. So this is Kuya Ernie.
We'll see
at
you
your
on the
service.
next one.
See you in the next episode.